Hi and welcome back to the second part of the Wurm Unlimited Beginner's Guide. We've done a lot in the last episode. We traveled all the way up here to our new deed location. We made a deed. In this episode, we want to focus on two things. Opening the mine that we started last time over here. We want to see if there's iron nearby. And then we want to start building a house and create the little deed. Also, it's been about 2 weeks since I last played on this character, so let's look at what decay does. So if we check the tent's contents, we can see the rock shards and the iron lump we put in is almost completely destroyed. The damage, when this hits 100, then the item is deleted. The same over here in the cart. You can see all these items, they're barely holding on, 90 damage. They're pretty much 1 damage tick away from being completely gone. So one way to prevent decay on your items is keep the items in your inventory and they shouldn't take any damage from decay, unless it's food. Another way is you can buy magical chests in the traders in the main towns. Any items put into these chests will stay there forever and they won't take any decay damage. As you can see down here, we have this bar filled up completely. And if we hover it, it says sleep bonus frozen 5 hours. Because we slept in a tent for about 2 weeks, which is way longer than you would have to do this for, we have gained sleep bonus for the time we were asleep, so basically locked out, but sleeping. So this sleep bonus we can use to double all the skill gains we get for about 5 hours. And we can toggle this on and off by using this button over here. So let's continue mining and turn sleep bonus on. In the top left, I've activated the skill gain tracker so we can see how the skills develop over time. There we go. We opened the mine. Let's check for iron. Oh, that's amazing. So there used to be a mine here. As we can see, there's hollowed out caverns. And we hit a iron vein directly. So let's mine some iron. Okay. Right now we mine about 1 quality ore. This could mean that either the iron vein only allows 1 quality to be mined out of it, which would be quite bad for us. Or this could mean that our skill is just too bad to produce any meaningful iron. I would bet on the latter. To smelt the ores efficiently, we will make a forge next. And to make a forge we need stone bricks and clay. But to make the bricks, we require a stone chisel. We don't have one yet, so we will make this next. All we have to do is make a chisel blade and a handle. We grab the iron ore, and we make a kindling out of the wood scrap we still had in the cart to turn into a campfire. And now we smelt the ore in it. We can also recycle the iron lump that we still had in the tent. Now I'm mining for some more rock shards out of this cave wall in the side here, so we can use them to make the bricks later. In the meantime, we'll start felling some trees to make the deed look a bit more orderly. Keep in mind, do not fell this tree as it has an active beehive on it. Some extra context on this: if you fell a tree that has a beehive on it and it's an active beehive, it will sting you every time you hit it with a poison wound that can kill you instantly. If you, however, want to fell the tree, make sure to have an active bee smoker in your inventory. The bee smoker needs to be burning, then you can fell the tree. So right here, the fire just went out because there was not enough fuel inside. As you can see, this fire must be way worse than the original fire we had in the first episode, which burned for about 10 minutes. This one only burns for 5, which is probably because the quality is only 1. So we have to babysit this one a bit more with more fuel. And thanks to the power of sleep bonus and just doing a bit of work on the deed, we already hit level 10 in woodcutting. This will help us a lot when building the house because we get much better wood. Okay, the lumps have smelted. They're glowing from the heat. Let's take them and craft our chisel blade. And the handle we carve out of a log. Make a shaft. And then the handle. and combine the two to make the stone chisel. It's only quality 1, but that should be fine for what we're about to do. So we grab the rock shards, drag them into our inventory, put them here and combine. Stone chisel goes here, and we craft the stone bricks. Crafting bricks is also a very good way to gain masonry skill. And that's all the stone bricks we need for the forge. Now let's go out and find some clay. And we already spotted some clay around here, so let's get on the wagon and go to the clay spot. We can see on the map over here that just north of us is a clay pit. Okay, we hope that spider doesn't see us, even though it's lurking. And we grab a shovel and we dig for clay. I was actually doing a mistake here. Make sure to stand on the clay when you're digging it, else you will get dirt. As you can see, we just dig up to dirt. Okay, 5 clay is more than enough for what we need. I just spotted this black wolf nearby our town, so let's see if we can fight it. And we will activate sleep bonus as well to get a bit more out of the fight. It's not easy to tell if we would win this, so we're at half health, so at this point we retreat to our deed and let our Spirit Templar finish off the wolf. Where is he? Oh. There he is. Okay, let's join the fight again. And we butcher the wolf. We got about 2 coppers of bounty from the wolf. Okay, this we don't have a use for, so we just burn it. Crafting anything with this amount of damage will be a pain and it will just take forever. So we'll just forage for some cotton again and make sure to heal ourselves. There we go. We got some cotton, activate it and heal. Now that's a lot better. The rest of the wounds will heal by itself. Let's make the floor on the deed a bit more visible. Okay, some packing later, we have an area to work on. So let's make the forge. Okay, start by combining clay with bricks to make a forge. And now, just like we did with the card, add to crafting window for the unfinished forge and add the material that's asked for. And there's our forge. Let's move the forge out of the way by choosing move, place, and moving it over here. Let's look at upkeep real quick for the deed. In the chat, the village tab has appeared and it says less than a month's upkeep left. This means that your settlement will run out of funds in less than a month and your deed will automatically disband at that point. To check how long your deed will last without you interfering, right-click the settlement token, go to settlement and info. And over here you can see the settlement has right now 1 silver and 62 coppers in its coffers, and the monthly cost is 2 silvers and 5 coppers. And this will mean that the upkeep will last around 22 days longer. This is a hint to us that we should start earning some money soon, so we can put it in the deed and keep it from disbanding. Let's mine some more iron, as we need quite a bit of it to make the house. Check this out. 9 quality iron and 10 quality iron. We can almost use this to properly improve a tool. So this means that this vein is not limited to 1 quality of iron inside, but the quality is actually higher. And it's at least 10.18. Usually these qualities are on average 50 or higher, but you can have a very crappy vein. Let's use the cart to bring all of these ores over to the forge. And let's light it up. Our forge will burn for about 10 minutes. We can improve this by improving the forge itself. All of these tree stumps you can unearth with a shovel. So you can just activate a shovel, right click and unearth. This will give you a log in your inventory you can just drop. Checking back on our forge. The forge has already produced all of these lumps out of the ore and it's burning for about 3 minutes longer. So let's fuel it some more with some kindlings. To refuel the forge, you can either drag a kindling into the forge and wait for it to slowly take damage and burn away, or you can activate the kindling, right click the forge and do burn. That will immediately burn and consume the kindling, and now it says 5 minutes instead of 3. Let's burn the other one. Now we're up to 8 minutes. And this one should soon start taking damage and go away. Let's start planning the house. I want this area, a 2x3, to be our house. So first we have to make sure that the area we want to build on is flat. You can see that by hovering with your mouse on the terrain and it's say flat. If the tile is not flat, like in this example, you can see this tile is sloping down by 1 and this slope is going down by 2. And over here, it's also sloping up by 1. What you can do is you stand on the tile corner that has the height you want to achieve. You can right click the tile border with an active shovel and hit level. This will make the tile border flat from you. So basically putting the other tile corner at the same height as the one you're standing on. Now you can take this dirt, go on another tile corner that is sloping down and use it to level. It will automatically use the dirt. And now the tile is flat. In the future, we will go way more in depth into the entire terraforming topic. But for now, this is our 3x2, all packed and flat. To start planning your house, you use a mallet like this and right click the ground. Select plan building. This will put the first frame down of your house. And now you're in planning mode. This means you can right-click any adjacent tiles to this plan and add to it. So right-click, plan building. This will expand the building. Let's do this for all the 6 tiles. Like this. Now we have our 2x3 planned. To finalize the plan, we right-click in the middle of it and say finalize build plan. Before we get started on the house though, we need planks and nails. So let's fetch some of our best logs. Luckily, we already gather up to 21 quality of log. Now, before we make the nails, let's improve our small anvil a little bit so that working with it is faster and easier. We already heat it up. And now we improve the anvil by just pressing our improve key, which is I. To improve the anvil further, we need a hammer, so let's craft the hammer. And combining the shaft with a hammerhead will give us a hammer. There we go. And now we can keep on improving the anvil. Next we need a whetstone, so let's make a whetstone. All you need for that is a rock shard and a stone chisel. While I'm improving in the background, let me explain to you how the ImprovedImprove mod actually works. So you see the tool belt in the bottom. I've equipped all of my improving ingredients onto it. I've placed water, the pelt, the lump, mallet, hammer and the whetstone on it so far. That means whenever I'm using the improve action on any item I want to improve, the mod automatically chooses the right one from the tool belt. This saves you a lot of time and is great quality of life. But keep in mind, when you're working with lumps, the lump has to be glowing from the heat hot. And just like that, we have improved the small anvil and the stone chisel to about 10 quality already, which is in a little bit of ways better than our starting equipment. I will mine some more iron so we can potentially make some better nails. As you know from the very first episode, I only used 1 quality items to craft the cart, which made the crafting process take a very, very long time. By using slightly higher quality items for crafting, we can get much faster timers, and we're getting much higher chances to actually make the thing we want to make. Also, the more you do an action, the more proficient you get at it. As you can see, our mining skill is already at 5.7. On the Riviera server, using the epic curve, that means the effective skill, as you can see here, is 11.35 right now. That just ticked over. That means that the maximum quality of iron we can mine out of this vein will be 11.35. And if we check the ore we just mined, we can verify this by sorting by quality. And here we see a lot of these matching the progression that we just did. I packed up the best ores we could find in the mine and brought them back here to the forge. In the meantime, let's improve the hammer as far as we can go. Oh wow, we're really pushing this hammer quality right now. We're already at 20. Usually you're stopped by the quality of your iron lump, but we've not had any more iron requests since we arrived at quality 20. But now it gets extremely hard to even do the improve without damaging the item, because this quality exceeds our skill capabilities, so we fail a lot more. And we damage the item a lot in the process. Okay, we're actually not being stopped by the lump quality, but we're being stopped by requiring a hammer. So this is iconic because we cannot use the hammer on itself to improve itself. Now we need a second hammer to improve this hammer. So you always have to carry in some way 2 hammers with you. But we will worry about that another time. In the meantime, let's focus on crafting nails. We require large nails to make the walls. So let's grab the iron, combine it into a lump, grab the anvil as well, and make large nails. That's a good amount of nails to start. So let's put back the lump and start planning. So here I'd like a wide window. Now if you hover it, it will say wooden wall plan. And if you examine it, it will tell you that it needs another 19 planks. Let's keep laying out the building first. In the middle goes a double door. And on the side another window. Regular wall goes here. Put a regular window here. And wall. Wide window. Another wall. Another normal window. And you guessed it, another wall. Alright. Now all of these walls have a plan inside, but they all need to be built. Every single one of these requires 19 more planks. So that's about 200 planks that I now have to fetch. So with that being said, enjoy this little time lapse of me going around to all the logs, cutting them into planks and attaching it to the house. Alright, so as you've probably seen, I've been busy for the past like half an hour or so and cut down all the trees into little planks. And I just gathered all of the planks here. We have 100 in this stack, we have 100 in this stack, and we have another 50 in this stack. So slightly overproduced, but the benefit is from all this sawing all these planks together, we have gathered about 9 levels of carpentry today. So our carpentry skill is already at 19.5, saw skill is at 20, and our wood cutting also went up by a fair bit during the entire time. But let me show you for the first one how it works. So we take the planks, we go to the first wall we want to build, and we equip our mallet as the active item, and you just press the continue button down here. There we go. We finished the first wall of our new house. Now there's just 9 more to go. I tried improving the mallet with the logs around here from quality 10 to 22 to see if it cuts down the time to build this. It does by about 1 second per action, so that could be worth it in the long run, but we would have to improve this to get the times down to where we really see a difference. But the nice effect is we're leveling up carpentry as we do this. So I will time-lapse through this bit and see you when it's done. And there we go. We finished all walls of our new house. It took about half an hour or so. You would have to see in the timestamp how long of a time I skipped here, but our walls are done now. We gained another 2, almost 3 levels in carpentry while doing this. And this house is now pretty much secure against anything but trolls. Any humanoids could still open this door, so we would have to put a lock on it. But for today, we're just missing a floor and a roof. So let's see if we can still get that floor done at least. So to make a floor, you still use the mallet on the ground, plan a floor below. There we go. That's now planned. And we can do this for all the tiles here. The only thing these require is a wall next to it or a floor next to it. So you can start planning them. There we go. Those are the floors. And we can also already start planning the roof. So if we go here, we right click plan roof, and there's the ceiling. And we do this for all the tiles as well. Like so. And now we can start planning what we want to put as the ground floor. So in here, we can only use a plank wooden floor right now. So let's get started on that. But it wants us to have small nails for it. So let's check out the roof real quick. As well, we can do a wood shingle roof or a thatch roof. For us right now, it's easier to do the wood shingles. So for those, we also need the small nails. So let's return outside real quick and make some of these small nails. You can move your forge while it's burning. Doing so will have a nice little effect of leaving the fire right where it is. Don't worry about this. And making the small nails. Okay, let's start by laying down some floor. And now, just like before with the walls, you can just continue hammering in the material you have. But one difference is now that this floor is planned, you can see when you examine it, it says requires 9 planks and 1 small nail to finish. You cannot see the continue action down here now to click it. So instead, you can right click it, press continue building, and you can keybind this onto something like G, and then you can press G to make this easier. Alright, and that's the floor done. Now we have walls and the flooring. Now all that's left is the roof. And there we go. Oh, got a little visual glitch here. There we go. Logging out and back in again fixed this issue. So if you have the same issue, just relog yourself. Also the fire... Yeah, the house is on fire. That's fine. Let's just snuff the fire. There we go. Well, this is an issue for another day, isn't it? Anyways, in a new warm and fiery house, we have a lot of room to place stuff. We have a roof over our head. We have a floor to walk upon. We have a nice door and view in all directions. This is how the cabin looks from the outside. Nice and cozy, with a very toasty door. And from the other side it looks like this. So we have a nice area to expand on next time. Next episode we will craft our very own armor, claim a religion and get deeper into combat. If you have any questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you around.